AI and your money. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Pebble Finance is founder and CEO Justin Whitehead. Hi, Justin.
Hey, how's it going?
Terrific. Well, great to see you. And give us a little background to start with about your company and what it is that you do.
All right. So my name's Justin, and the company is Pebble Finance. We are a financial technology provider. If you are an investor, retail investor, so you have a brokerage account like a Fidelity or a Schwab or something like that. Our goal is to enhance your end investing experience. So we teach machines to study your portfolio, see what's going on in the world, read research, and in a few seconds tell you what's going on and how much money it's either making you or costing you right there in the moment.
Terrific. Well, tell us how this is AI, I suppose, being how it's being used to help the financial service providers and the investors dig into it. What's the experience?
So first thing you do when you open up any brokerage account, you'll generally see either a chart or a big number that's just telling you what your investment account size is, right? So like hopefully it's going up and to the right, and maybe you've got $50,000 or whatever. But outside of that number, you don't get a lot of information from your existing broker. So what we do is right there on that front screen, we will teach the machine to look at that number. Again, dig in to what's going on underneath inside that portfolio, inside that number. Read news and basically give you your own what feels like your own personalized news story. Like this just went on here in the U.S. and it dragged your portfolio down a little bit. And hey, this you happen to have some exposure over in the tech sector, and this event over there is actually pretty happening right now, and that's actually a good thing or highlight in your portfolio. And we bring all of that together. So it's all about just kind of like helping a person get a more complete picture of what's going on in this crazy world of ours and how it affects them.
So it saves a lot of time for individuals or I guess for companies, advisors in terms of providing the research.
Yep. So we get used by advisors and institutional asset managers as well. It's really filling a void. So you see that number in your brokerage account, and you actually don't have any understanding of what's going on. You gotta close that brokerage app. Maybe you go over to like CNBC and you try reading some things to answer the question yourself. Most people just aren't able to do any of it. So it's actually a new capability that is basically painting this picture that hasn't previously been able to be painted before.
So are there any dangers in turning to AI tools here? I mean, I guess humans have been trying to do this kind of work for a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what humans are doing, but this is at the upper echelons of financial services. So if you were an institutional asset manager, these are the people that are running big mutual funds and ETFs or huge pensions or college endowments and all that. You hire people to do this research and do this reading and put together these stories and all that. Ideally in the wealth segment. So if you have a financial advisor, your financial advisor is sitting there reading the news, reading research, and helping each and every one of their client relationships to understand the story. That even has some trouble with scale because to you an individual that might have a financial advisor, he or she is your one and only advisor. But to that financial advisor, you might be one of 100, client relationships. So they actually don't have a lot of time to go ahead and do this kind of research for each and every one. And then for individual investors like myself who are largely self-directed, so I open up the brokerage account and I'm the one making my own trading decisions and investing decisions and all that in large part. No one's serving me. There was no, I'm not sitting there doing all the reading. There's no one sitting there reading on my behalf. We basically, for all three tiers here, have taught machines to do that heavy lifting. And yes, there is absolutely AI involved, but it is mostly math. Kind of coincidentally, the AI is actually just in there to help make something understandable to the different types of audiences. You can kind of imagine if you are a retail investor who's just investing for the first time or you're new to it all, the level of difficulty and vernacular and technical depth is going to be much shallower than, let's say, you are a professional, investor who's managing billions of dollars. Or you're going to want, that type of audience is going to want a different level of depth. So we use AI to basically be that translator between these audiences.
Tell us about Robinhood, what it's doing and what it means for legacy financial firms.
It's fascinating. I love Robinhood. So they are kind of like rewind the clock. They've been around for probably 10, 15 years now. And they really made investing more accessible to a larger audience. They came out with a bright and shiny app. They've done things. They were some of the early pioneers in fractional investing. So now people could buy stocks and think in terms of dollars and not shares. So that was that lifted some cognitive load. And then fast forward to today, they've got 20, 25 million accounts on the platform. So that's sizable. That's about half the size of a Schwab or half the size of a Fidelity, which is no joke there. And what you're seeing is they're beginning to incorporate more and more technology to really help facilitate self-directed wealth experiences. They've got this membership called Robinhood Gold. They've got this new wealth product that they're coming up with. So they're innovating again here for retail investors. And what this means for the legacy providers is they're potentially going to have to play catch up again. When Robinhood first broke out to the scenes again about a decade ago, they set a new standard for like, hey, all retail brokerage, you need to have a slick mobile experience. You need to come and drop commissions to zero and do and do things like fractional share investing. And it took a while for the rest of retail brokerage to catch up. You can kind of see this whole story playing out again, where they're beginning to come up with like this new self-directed wealth experience. All the other brokers are going to have to quickly play catch up, and Pebble's here to help them accelerate that.
What's your advice to consumers, investors who may say, well, why don't I just ask an AI tool? Where should I put my money today? How can I get it to grow faster?
Uh, so AIs are great to have conversations, but you should always be double checking what an AI says. They are not, they are crowd pleasers, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily, as educated as you think you can be. So you should always be discerning. Pebble actually takes a lot of additional steps to ensure accuracy in everything that we said. But that's a lot different than like opening up Chat GPT and being like, hey, what's a good stock buy type of deal that isn't really focused on answering that one question and that one question really well. Um, but do your own work, but use AIs to help accelerate and find things. Ask questions. It's nice. You can actually feel when you're talking to an AI, it's okay to feel a little bit vulnerable and ask questions that you think might be silly because it's not going to judge you on the way back. So I find it as a fascinating tool as a sounding board for retail investors to kind of like learn the ropes a little bit better, but always double check what you're reading.
Do you disclose who some of your biggest clients or customers are?
I am not allowed because I'm under NDAs with absolutely everyone under the sun. However, FactSet did publicly announce that there's a partnership between Pebble and FactSet. So on the institutional asset management side, I can share with everyone that FactSet is a large client of ours.
Terrific. So for more information, where can people go?
You can come to https://pebble.finance. That's our main website. to find out more about us.
Terrific. Justin Whitehead, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you, Fred.